And then in October of that year, my sweet husband came home from one of our meetings. Terry Latham had done a meeting at the birth center, and he said he didn't feel well. He thought he had a flu bug. And I said, well, go home. We don't want it. So he went home, and I finished up there at the birth center, and Austin, my grandson, brought me home, and we pulled in like right behind him, which meant he had to just crawl all the way home. He drove so slow. And I watched him get out of the car and hold on to the wall as he walked in. And I went, that's not the flu. So I grabbed my stethoscope and blood pressure cuff out of the trunk of the car on the way by and went in and took his blood pressure. And it was way far above normal. So we took him to the hospital. And the next day he had a serious condition where we weren't sure he'd ever come out of it. It was an issue with the brain, and the doctor said had it occurred a little lower than it did, he'd be bedridden. But God was with him, and I had been begging him the entire time I was drinking Redox to drink it with me. And he'd say, yeah, I'm going to do that. Or I'd say, did you take your Redox today? Yeah. I mean, I haven't, but I'm about to. So he'd go take some real quick. But he thought that his bad knee would get better. My bad knee got better. Oh, hi, baby. And so that didn't happen right away like it happened for me. So he kind of was very hit and miss. And so when this happened, and I walked in the next day, and his whole left side had just drooped, and he couldn't talk. I said, okay, ready to listen to me now? And bless his heart, that's his testimony, guys. Listen to your wives. But I started him on a bottle a day, and I took it to the hospital. We went to rehab. We were in rehab for 5 weeks, and he drank a bottle a day every day. And I didn't ask permission. I took it in and put it in his big cup, and so I stayed with him a lot of that time. Doctor said he would not walk for 6 months to a year if he ever walked again. But Chris is a fighter. He really is a fighter. And he walked out of that hospital 5 weeks later. Well, it was actually 2 rehabs. But the second one he walked out of 5 weeks. So
he's done extremely well. So he was not on or not taking it consistently before it happened.
Very sporadically and very little. He was kind of saving it for me. It was my deal, But
I'm gonna drink
when he started drinking a lot, he started getting great results. And he's still in PT, and they don't do PT for anybody that's not improving, because he's evaluated every 6 months. And because he continues to improve and his medications are consistently being reduced, then they still work with him and they challenge him. He'll come home saying, they're trying to kill me because they increase his reps. I mean, they have 100% confidence that the challenges he still deals with, which are like he's got a bad knee, he limps on the left side, and a little bit less than 100% use of his left hand. But they're confident that they're going to correct all that. And I love this PT firm he's with right now, because they work him to correct the things that need correcting. And he's just doing amazing.